the bulk of the German tank guns during World War II, had no hard time penetrating the Sherman's armor. This is now a quote. Its 75mm high-velocity weapons, while not as powerful as the Tiger's 88mm, could easily penetrate a Sherman hull or turret at the battlefield at all distances.
Wait, small question. What was the... What millimeters was it? 88?
80... this first cannon was 88, the second cannon was 75.
Sorry,
also, there is something wrong... in addition, there's something wrong with your protection when your own crew start calling their own tank Ronsons. After lighter brands with the slogans "Lights every time, first time." Another weak point was the gun. This was fixed with later variants, however these came too late and the numbers too small to make their big impact. The vast majority still had 75 or 76mm guns. Important thing here, I didn't mention in the essay, they are different from the German 75 and 76mm. They were short-barreled, not long-barreled. This is now ordering my gunner to fire at the closest tank, which is approximately 800 yards away. He placed Ron right in the side, which was completely visible to me. Baker wrote. To my amazement and disgust, I watched the shell bounce off the side. My gunner fired at least 6 more rounds at the vehicle, hitting it from turret to track. And this is a quote. Granted, this is just one incident that ends in this specific way, and there are only a couple others on record which happens in a similar manner. On the other hand, the Sherman tank already had an improved cannon, and only shot at a Panther with comparatively weak armor. A possible reason for the lack of many recorded incidents such as this is that the crews still had to be alive to record them. Something that crews in this situation oftentimes were not anymore.
True.
This is... Okay, part 3, the Tiger. The Tiger is probably the most famous German tank of World War II. All of this despite merely being the 6th most produced tank of the German army. Not even the 6th most produced tank of the entire war. The reason for its fame is its gun and armor, which also represented the 2 key strengths of this vehicle. The gun was extremely capable, being able to destroy a Sherman, the most commonly used Allied tank during World War II, in one shot upwards of 3,000 meters. At the same time, the Sherman could only penetrate the Tiger at 650 meters reliably. And then only at its sides, which are considerably less armored than its front. This combination... No, this combination of superior... Of course there will be. This combination of superior firepower and armor caused the Tiger to have an insanely high ratio of enemy tanks destroyed to own Tigers destroyed. The ratio lies at 11.52 to 1. However, the Tiger had many flaws. Firstly, the extremely low reliability. This alone is so severe that including Tigers having the total machine failure or being abandoned and consequently destroyed by their own crew caused the ratio to drop to 5.25 to 1.
5.25 to 1?
Yes, and
crazy.
That was the ratio of tanks failing due to logistics and destroyed. The ratio of tanks being destroyed by enemy fire in relation to enemy tanks destroyed was 25 to 1. Just showing how unreliable that piece of shit was and how fucking overrated it was.
You being serious? Like 25.
Do you want to see my sources? I have.
Oh no, I believe you. I'm just very surprised.
Yes,
it's just blowing my mind.
Yeah. Sadly, this alone is not the only negative. The production cost was enormous. It is hard to compare prices between the two nations because of the nature of a fascist state. Firstly, not having freely moving currency, and oftentimes using concentration camp inmates and displaced workers as free, cheap labor. A thing one can do, however, is comparing the Tiger to other German tanks of the time period. In the year 1944, peak of tank production, 2.3K Panzerkampfwagen 83, 4.7K Panzerkampfwagen 3, 6.6K Panzerkampfwagen 4, and 4.4K Panzerkampfwagen 5 were built. Hi, whoever joined. I'm currently reading from my essay about German...
How long do we have left of the essay?
Not that long. I'm basically almost over. In the same time period, only about 1,000 Tiger and Königstiger, which is basically an upgraded version, also known as Tiger II, were produced. Chapter 4, or like part 4. The T-34. The T-34, depending on if one counts the T-34-76, separate from the T-34, 85 or not, the most or second most produced tank of the war. Basically, there were two variants. Some people count them as one, some people count them as two. That depends if it's the most or second most produced variant. At the start of the German attack on the USSR, the T-34 was vastly superior over its main opponent, the Panzerkampfwagen III. This is due to multiple reasons. First, mainly the gun being 76mm massively trumped the 50mm one of its adversary. Second, its armor being thicker and in addition massively sloped on all sides, up to 60 degrees. Basically, if a thing is sloped, it becomes thicker without actually requiring more mass. It's just basic geometry. Third, its high mobility both on flat ground but also in harsh terrain. This, however, changed in the following years. The T-34 design was massively simplified. An example of this would be the gun, which went from having 861 parts, like separate parts inside the gun, to only having 614. The cost of the tank was consequently and also reduced in other areas from 269,500 rubles down to 135,000 rubles. This, of course, means that the quality also went down. From being a really good tank, superior to the German models, the quality went down. In 1934, the production of the T-34 reached an average of 1,300 per month. That's about 20 times higher than the amount of Tigers being produced. This, however, caused a drop in quality of the Soviet tanks. At the same time, the Germans were developing their Panzerkampfwagen 4, Panzerkampfwagen 5 Panther, and Panzerkampfwagen 6 Tiger, which all were vastly superior to the T-34 in all aspects except mobility. But in production time, in all aspects, but basically the Tiger, not in mobility, but in production time and costs. The T-34 was cheap AF. The T-34 were massively slaughtered, with almost 50,000 tanks being destroyed by the end of the war. This, however, does not matter, as because destroying T-34 was just like cutting off a Hydra's head. Indeed, they had a ratio of Soviet tanks destroyed in comparison with German tanks of 7-1. Basically, they had 7 T-34s that to be destroyed to destroy
How much
German
longer?
tank. Not that much longer.
How much is not that much longer though?
One page.
You've
One
got
page.
1 minute.
One
You've
page
got
double.
1 minute.
Speedrun.
You've got 1 minute.
But this is
and
how
then
the
we're
Soviet
starting.
army fought during World War II. The tactics can be summarized into: if you throw enough soldiers at the enemy position, they will run out of ammunition. This is one of the reasons why as many as 26 million Soviets died in World War II. And considering this, the tank was ideal for the USSR. One might use the counter-argument that the Sherman also was produced in similar numbers and had lower casualty rates and was therefore better. This, however, would neglect an important fact. The reason for the high numbers of Sherman tanks is that the U.S. economy was the biggest. I don't know what I wrote there. And secondly, no U.S. factories were destroyed or suffered of any materials shortage because there was neither bombing nor fighting near them, nor a blockade of the USA. Something you can't say about Soviet factories, quite the contrary. After all, German troops reached the Volga, and as anyone who has seen a population or industry density map of the USSR can tell you, that most of the factories were still were and are in the West. In the West, the area which was occupied. This was exactly the area occupied by Iran. Nonetheless, the Soviets had a similar number of tanks, and this can be only contributed to its design. Enabling large-scale production. If you don't believe me, okay.
Shut up. All right, let's start the VOD review.
You told me I can share this.
Yeah, and I regret it. I make so stupid mistakes all the time.
Oh dear. No, I got it all on recording. We're all good. So if you ever want to go back to the thingy, then
Yes, we will probably never. No.
Okay. How did scrims go yesterday then?
They were tough.
Yeah, Misty was DMing me. He was also saying it was difficult.
Basically, they were playing a poke comp, which was we were having struggles with because we were trying to run the brawl into it, but especially on points like Blizzard World 2nd when there was like no cover, they just kind of fucked us.
Yeah.
We were kind of sloppy
got
with
it.
it.
So like on Oasis and shit, that was just us down to being sloppy, but I feel like fundamentally how we were playing it on Blizzard World was Chrome as well,
Okay.
which meant we couldn't even get into. Like, it's one of those things where it's like we couldn't even get to the point where we could make the mistakes that we usually make because we were getting fucked before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sheesh. Okay. Let's send me the thingy to Blizzard World. Then we'll do that first.
Sheesh.
I shall.
Sheesh.
Does anyone have the code, or shall I? I'll log in. Log out.
Give it to me, Jackie.
If you give me
Wacky.
if you give me
account
2
if you want.
seconds, I can get it.
Oh yeah, cool.
Like, can someone just check
Just
my
loading up the-
my YouTube stream and make sure the volume's actually there, the thingy?
Oh, I love watching the last one with muted volume, trying to
I
work out what
know.
you're saying.
It's a bit scuffed, but hey ho.
NA host, I guess. Unlucky.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy's doing
No,
it. Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'll do it on Discord, but I'm just gonna record the VOD as well, so Misty can watch it.
Yeah, okay.
Blizzard World.
Sam, is my volume working? Oh wait, I could have literally just checked it. What am I doing?
yeah, you could check yourself. Lazy.
I'm a bot.
Also, can you just look at the audio
Oh,
thing?
yeah,
going
it is working.
Pew 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 pew. Like, you know, the
pew pew.
yeah, that's an auditory visualization of the visualize. So, you know,
I see.
the audio.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah,
Nice.
audio visualization of the video of the audio visualization. Wait. That's trippy.
Oh wait, Vissy can't see this. Oh.
Match loaded.
Wow, it's pretty epic.
Now this is epic.
Also,
By the way, I'm not done. I have, like, you know.
okay, okay.
Yeah, we're
I'll-
probably gonna finish it
If
another
you,
time.
if you wish,
Wait.
I can read further.
We'll let you know. We'll
is
get
And I
back
can
to you
also
on
give
that.
you a test.
Is it possible to
know.
make Vissy see this channel because he wants to join us?
Yeah.
He should be able to.
Yeah, he
Not-
can't see this channel.
Can he?
Yeah, only friendos can.
Oh.
I'll view. I'll
Wait,
serve-
Vissy is a friendo as well, isn't he?
yeah, but coach has a higher permission, so you get.
Oh.
Yeah, if you go into server settings, you can view it as Vissy, and then you can see this channel.
Okay.
Tell him to join another voice chat. We can drag him in.
He is.
Oh, it's there. We can just whack
Yeah,
him in.
yoink him.
You can't see this channel, Vissy.
No, I can't.
That's so weird.
Look.
What's going on here?
Let me add the coach option.
Yeah.
Oh, it might be because the video? One moment. I'll work it out. I'll do it, boys. Don't worry.
Oh,
Good
so
boy.
this was
I
the.
usually see this one, right? Isn't this the one you're usually in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should normally show it, but
If I remove the friendo role, maybe. Does that fix it?
I have no clue since I'm actually in the. Now I can
Get
see
outta
script
here.
again. I
That's
think that fixed
weird.
it. I'm pretty sure it's.
But,
Hugger.
but
Okay, that's
coach
weird.
overrides friendos, no?
Shit, I don't know.
Let me affect.
If you specifically say they can see it, it might like not break that override. If you don't specify that the coach specifically can see it.
Ring, ding,
Maybe,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
Okay, there,
I
Jack.
don't even know what you're referencing, and it's annoying me.
Don't
I'm
ask.
watching a lot of pixels.
You love it, really?
He's double streaming.
I am double streaming.
Yeah, I'm watching both.
Absolute
Man,
crackhead.
why can team members manage emojis? What the fuck?
Scuffed.
Anyway.
I set this up correctly, but someone's broken it.
No. Anyway, should we get on with the VOD review?
I don't know if this is suitable for German esports.
If in
No.
doubt, don't. Well,
True.
Listen, everything needs subscribe.
I need that. I really need that.
oh god. That was me earlier.
Damn.
Damn.
Anyway, shall we get started, gamers?
No, I want
Yes.
to hear the essay about tanks. Please.
No, we're not going to do the essay about tanks again.
Don't worry, that'll go on the Twitter later.
Oh
Oh
dear.
god.
Yes, it will.
You can watch a YouTube stream, Vissy.
Yeah, I'm watching both.
I don't know. Is the delay alright
You
on
need to
the
slap.
YouTube
You
one?
need to slap Jam about his diva.
What?
Wait, what?
What about my diva?
You have
Oh.
a different opinion about what diva should do.
Yeah.
Fight.
Wait, on
I
what?
want to bring up your playstyle when you're playing the Ash Tracer dive, is it? But if you are you guys only watching this VOD today?
We have 2 hours of odds. Well,
Yeah,
an
so
hour and a half
this one was the
Let's
one we
do this
struggled with
first
the
then.
most, yeah, against the spam comp.
now. We
Yeah.
rolled the attack though, right?
First point, maybe.
The first point was like dominant
Yeah,
as
but
fuck.
second point was horrible.
It was, yeah. Throwing Bissy under the bus early.
Are you just having Tommy force point or?
We're all forcing point.
Oh, okay, you're just zooming onto it.
Zoom.
Wait, can you pause?
I think I'm gonna watch from YouTube. The quality is so trash.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it on YouTube then.
There'll be a slight delay, but
What's the
Yeah, what?
link to YouTube stream?
the pixels will thank me. I can hear myself. I need to mute the stream.
Oh, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, I always do that.
You already posted it, but thank.
Yes,
Let's go.
Vissy.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Jam, what does your coaches say about forcing point with his composition compared to cleaning up the high ground
We never force point like ever. When we see
Yeah,
them high ground, we normally rotate through high ground first, force them out, then go to point.
Yeah, when you guys recognize that they're playing on the high ground here, you need to literally just rotate up and force them down.
You could even like send just Tommy through main first, because the thing is we were all setting up bottom right to begin with, and that's like if we all set up bottom right before we see where they're actually holding, like we can't. It's difficult to then rotate back up the high ground. So it'd probably just be best like send Tommy through main, see if they're high ground, and then like cool go bottom left or main or wherever we plan to
Yeah.
set up.
And even if you go bottom left, you can just rotate through main.
Well, like through here on the right hand side, and then
Yeah,
rotate
exactly,
back
like,
up.
far back.
I'm sure if you're looking at chat, but Sam's typing in there.
Oh, really?
It's type
Chat.
What?
Which chat?
Team chat.
team chat. Oh,
Where's team chat? I don't think I can say that.
No, you
oh
can't.
no, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Good chat, Sam.
Just do it in VOD. Do it in the VODs channel for head.
Well, I guess for now, Sam said I called force point because we can cut LOS from point.
Yeah. The thing is, on this point specifically, I don't think it's horrible because you guys are taking the point and force them to attack you. But in general, I would still think it's better to force them off the high ground.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's a good rule of thumb because if they're playing a high ground where they can actually hold the point, then it's not the same. But it's kind of a tough subject, honestly, because forcing point with brawl can be good because you force them to touch eventually.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad play.
I
It's
guess it's all right against what they're running the poke, right?
yeah,
Because they don't really have much presence on the point.
Yeah.
It really just depends if they can out spam you on point.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think it's hard for them to do that here. I don't think this is a bad rotation necessarily, but at the same time,
Unconventional, but it worked.
yeah, maybe.
That's a good way to put it.
I think it's good being aware, like having it in your mind that if you struggle when they're playing the high ground, you need to push them out. But since this worked, I'll let it slide, I guess.
Yeah.
Or well,
Well,
we haven't
we'll-
seen if it works,
we'll-
but I'm
we'll
just gonna
take
assume it does. Yeah, we can keep going.
I like your confidence in us.
Well, it collapsed on the tanks really well.
Yeah. Here you're spreading out too much.
Well, so that was
It did work out.
yeah. Well, that was. I think we stayed together for the hog, and then the Sigma came on the right hand side, right? And then like Jack kind of was just on point chilling, Wait, it was.
Yeah, the Hog was on the right, and then the Sigma came to back.
Yeah, we all went on the Hog
Yeah.
until he died, and then
Yeah, I think it's a disconnect between the tanks and the backline.
yeah,
Because the enemy team. Wait, pause here.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Right. Because they have a split, right? Where they have one person coming up behind you, but the entire team, either way, like you guys win this fight because, well, you have a better composition for this kind of fight, and you have a pick, but you always want to be sticking on the same target. You don't want to be splitting attention when they show up behind. If you turn, everyone turns. Like it has to be unanimous. You cannot split up, and unless it's like super fast, preferably not the Reaper taking care of it, but like if someone can get a kill behind like really quickly, depending on what composition you're running, or what DPS maybe mainly.
Yeah.
But staying on the same target is just, it's so important. So you guys need to focus on what your tank is calling. I think in scrims, since it doesn't matter if you win or lose, you should practice this by just like super focusing on what your main target caller is calling, and then just go blindly after what he's saying, so that you all like get on the same page. Like even though it might not be the play, you should just kind of follow it best you
Yeah,
can.
we can even have a scrim where like even if the person you're shooting at is really low and like you can confirm the kill, just
We're scrimming tonight, right?
yeah, we're scrimming tonight.
Alright,
Actually, yeah,
yeah.
we can try that out tonight. But yeah, even if the target you're looking at is like though, and you can confirm the kill, like as soon as Misty calls a target, you just turn and go to where Misty's calling. Just so we get it down. Like obviously, you won't be doing that all the time, and in official matches,
If I
you
get
would...
flanked, I always apply pressure.
What do you mean?
Like right now, I'm like the Tracer's flanking, so I hold right click.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just if your team really needs heals, that is a higher priority, especially on Moira,
yeah.
because you're not so easy to one shot. So you cannot turn away for too long. You cannot you cannot have the mindset that you're gonna force them out.
Yeah, and
because sometimes you might not have time to do it.
yeah, normally in my team, we normally have the Lucio dealing with flanks because he still gets
Yeah.
value from just existing around people. So he can just turn around and shoot the backline, and like obviously he's still healing if he's doing that, whilst you as the Moira isn't.
The one to do it.
Are you guys having a sub again in this game, Mr.
No. This is everyone. That is Sam.
Sam's.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Sam's account. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know. Yeah, but that's a really good point. The Lucio should definitely be the one applying pressure to people in your backline, and
Okay.
not your flex support, because your flex support usually has to help the front line, especially like since they usually have more.
Yeah, if
heals,
I
right?
ignore flankers, I tend to die. So I've just don't ignore them.
Yeah,
anymore.
but then you guys can just change it up. Like have your Lucio play with your Moira, communicate, and your Lucio needs to pay extra attention to peeling, especially in this brawl composition. Yeah, Lucio's the one who peels for the backline. The backline has to focus on the front line. It's the same with Anna, right? If you're playing, let's say Anna Lucio. 1 second, sorry.
Can we just have a moment of appreciation that Jack has gotten masters on all of his accounts?
Yeah.
Big Fog.
Yeah.
As Neb would say, boosted.
True, actually.
Actually, it was all solo queue. All the SR that I gained with Vissy and Rebecca, I lost because I entered it, and then I gained it back by myself. So it doesn't count.
It doesn't count anymore. Easy.
Nice.
I've had a pretty bad week for comp.
I've been stealing it from everyone. I'm 40
Yeah.
to the verge there.
Oh yeah, Vissy, what were you saying?
Reaper in comp.
I haven't
With
really-
Anna
Sam's
Lucio?
piping.
Yeah, let's get back to it. If there's a tracer in your Anna doesn't want to be turning for the tracer for too long, because that means that the rest of your team does not get healing while she's wanting the tracer. That's why you want to lose you fighting the tracer, like beside your Anna,
Oh,
or
like
on the side
AoE
of your
heal,
Anna,
yeah.
while your Anna is healing the front line and still participating in the fights, doing her job. So that's how you need to play it. having your Lucio in too far forward, like not paying attention to his Anna, or well, in this case Moira, I guess, results in Moira or the
One second, I have to go because my parents stupidly locked themselves out of the house again.
Okay.
Oh dear. Okay.
Again.
It's a regular occurrence, I guess.
Yeah.
So, is this just something like, you know, if Jabby feels he's getting pressure a lot, he can just say to Sam, you know, can you focus on peeling a bit more?
Yeah, but I'm gonna go into that more because I think Jam Jam and I have different. Wait, what's the word? Differentiating? Is that a word? Opinions. Opinions on,
diverging opinions. Whoa.
Sorry, you're lagging for me. What did you say?
Same.
Diverging opinions. I don't know.
I have a question regarding somewhat going back to the thing we had before with what was I wanting to say? Exactly, yeah. Going back to the thing that, like, for example, should I also peel for the backline in that case?
Okay. I'm gonna start a stream and go through my opinions on this.
Okay.
We'll take a little break from the VOD.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll see what you guys think about it. Wait, fuck this wrong one.
Actually, wait. Are you gonna stream on Discord? Okay, yeah. I should be able to stream your stream. Streamception. Let's go. Okay, it should be good. Yeah.
In my opinion, what are you guys running? Monkey Diva.
It's the standard
Monkey
brawl comp.
Diva.
Yeah.
So
No. I'm talking about dive.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where I mainly want to be talking about this. Monkey plus Diva. Do you run Ash and the Tracer, or Ash and Sombra? What do you guys play?
Ash Tracer mainly.
Okay, we'll use it. Plus Mercy Zenyatta. So, in my opinion, you should be playing this type of composition as a 2-2-2. I know it's not relevant to the VOD review, this composition, but I think we might as well bring it up if we're going to talk about how the Diva should play.
yeah.
In my opinion, Monkey and Tracer are a unit of 2 players. Monkey, that's an M.
Close enough.
They play as a unit, they dive together. They go on targets together, and Ash and Mercy try to stick together, and Diva and Zenyatta try to stick together. In my opinion, the Diva just plays really defensive. She plays in front of the Zenyatta, so when the enemy team tries to dive onto the Zenyatta, this is Zenyatta, this is Diva. She's big. That's exactly what Diva looks like. And when the enemy team dives into your Zenyatta, your Diva stands literally in front of Zenyatta, body blocking him, and uses her fly to boost them off, especially if you're playing on a high ground, right? Because, well, they can't reach him. And also, your Ash and Mercy has to play close enough so that your Mercy can peel when this happens. Mercy goes back to the Zenyatta and peels for him, but Mercy mainly stays with the Ash. But this means that both Mercy and the Diva needs to anticipate every single dive from the enemy team and be there and listen to the calls from the flex support whenever he's getting pressured to help him out. So yeah. What do you think about this, Jam Jam? Do you disagree with this? I don't think the Monkey and the Diva should be playing together much at all. Like, maybe she can help him if he wants to dive. Maybe she can help him like matrixing just a little bit while it's going in. But
Yeah.
she doesn't go in with him. She doesn't focus targets with him. Him and Tracer does that together. Especially if it's the mirror composition, right? Because then the Tracer and the Monkey should hopefully be able to kill the Zenyatta by themselves, for example.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now.
Because
I was because I was thinking from their perspective, like if they don't do what we're doing and have the Diva back helping the Zen, then surely they kill our Zen faster. But I guess not, because we literally have like a free kill on the Zen pretty much, and the Diva is able to keep the Zen alive. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's very good playstyle. I learned it from Neptuno.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've never actually thought about it that
It's what
way.
they do in Overwatch League when they play these kinds of compositions. It's what they did in season 1.
Yeah, okay.
But in general, the diva should be appealing. Diva is a really hard role. I also want to mention main tank. Mist isn't here today, right?
Oh yeah, but I'm
No,
recording, so it's
still
fine.
recording.
Likely watching the replay.
Yeah, but your main tank needs to be way more careful with his life. He needs to realize his limits, and he needs to realize that if you guys start playing like I just told you, he will not have as much peel from especially the diva as he might be used
Yeah.
to. So he just has to play like for his own life a lot more.
Yeah, so kind of like rely mainly on Misty, your abilities, as opposed to like relying on other people's abilities to save you. I think, like like especially playing around your bubbles. That's
Yes.
Well,
Really
I think
important.
one way we looked at it is like when we were looking at the Numbani offense, how we played that with the poke was we looked at like when we wanted to take space, the diva would dive with Winston to like give him peel so he could actually like take that space so our snipers can set up. But when we're actually wanting to look for dives to kill people, it'd be Monkey and Tracer who go for them.
yeah.
Like I'm not sure if that's
I don't know.
a good way of looking at it, but that's how we kind of.
I think in the versus a non-dive comp, that's something doable. But
Yeah.
if you know that they're gonna dive, maybe I don't know, maybe like having the diva at the very beginning of the engagement and then switching like then going back to Zen because they're gonna dive to Zen.
Hmm.
Wait, what do
I
you
mean,
mean?
I can certainly because I can certainly go in with the monkey first, but the problem I see with this is it works, but we have to be really aggressive for that to work. Because take following scenario: we dive in, and by we I mean like the Tracer or the Sombra, plus the monkey plus me dive in as one unit on some target. I don't care. And then there basically are two options: we dive, take the space, maybe kill someone, blah blah blah, something like that happens, or they in. I do not have to boost this once more to like then basically I leave a window of opportunity open for them. And I think that if we're playing against good teams, they will spot this flaw in our comp and exploit it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you don't have to have the monkey, right? You can just stay on the Zenyatta or just.
Okay.
Obviously, you want to have the impact like more than just AFKing on your Zenyatta. That's where diva gets hard, in my opinion, because you have to do a lot of stuff. But if you're not in position in front of your little Zenyatta, protecting him, then they get onto him and can pressure him so much faster than if you're body blocking the initial dive, taking the bigger amounts of damage coming in with the body block and the matrix, of course.
Wait, I was going to ask you a
that is
question as
what
well.
you.
So, I feel like this works probably best on like defense, right? When they have to engage onto you. But how does it work on attack? Say for like, Hanamura, no, not Hanamura, Nimbani first point. Like, how would that work out?
I think you can play more aggressive with diva at that point.
Yeah.
But then your Mercy has to pay extra attention for his
Okay.
because if they have a Tracer or someone on the flank, he still needs help. But yeah, I don't think you invest too much pills in that way. Like you can always play for Trader Zenyatta, right? But that means that you need to kill their Zenyatta still, and
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's
get
how.
more value than your than like your Zenyatta needs to get more value than their Zenyatta, pretty much.
Yeah, that was kind of how we looked at it for the Numbani offense when we were looking at that. Where we've got
Yeah.
like, usually like on the defense and other parts of it, we've got the diva play more defensive, but then when we're looking to like get control of high ground, we're playing the diva up.
Yeah, I mean, if your Zenyatta isn't getting pressured, your diva doesn't have to be there either, right? Like that depends a lot. But your diva should still be paying attention to Zenyatta and helping best you can. So I still think it's like you should always have your Zenyatta in mind. He's very squishy and he's very valuable. So, like, yeah, don't forget about him. I think that's that's a good playstyle.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Try and do for like the scrims coming up. It's Wednesday today. for example, the scrim tomorrow, the scrim today. Before the GGU matches, I will in these scrims just play way more peeling and go in less with the dive unit itself and just see how it works.
But
I think oftentimes it's just getting a feel like based on the maps, based on what the enemies are playing, based on how the enemies are playing. I think they're like you can't have a universal formula for that.
Yeah.
Because if I remember well, we told you some time ago to actually be more aggressive.
That's the thing, yeah. Like I was told multiple times to first of all be really aggressive, which I also did, and which also worked pretty well, and also to always stay with Misty, which is what I've been doing. But I will like basically pull back a bit from there now.
I think always staying with your main tank is a misplay by D.Va because, well, you have the best ability to peel, so you want to be peeling for everyone best you can. Like if you can see a way to protect someone on your team who's about to die, you go for it. But if you're always super aggressive with your monkey, then you can't do that. Like it just doesn't work. But this is like pretty complex, right? It's not super straightforward, which is why you'll have to first off have really good communication between Monkey and Tracer and D.Va and Zenyatta. Mercy and Zenyatta, Mercy and Ashe. Like this, you guys all need to be communicating really well with each other to make sure that you're not out of position and like so that you know where you have everyone. Because if your D.Va is playing more defensive, then your Monkey can't play as aggressive as he's used to, right? So he needs to adapt like big time to this. And recognize how far he can go, like how deep he can go, and how often, like when the time is. But it goes for everyone, right? You need to recognize what's going on in the fight and adapt to that.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think that's one of the weaker things with our poke dive though, because I feel like that's like not always there. Because I feel like sometimes, at least this is like how I feel. It looks like could be wrong. Is our tank line will like default to playing it like
regular dive.
Like regular dive, like there's diving, like dive in the front line almost, and then just like kind of applying pressure to the front line, and not looking for like the kind of setups for playing for picks with our dives.
But then, how do you want to implement that? How do you change the play style?
Yeah, like it's one of the things where it's like when I look at this comp, like getting value out of Tracer when I play Tracer on it is like I want to like apply pressure until then we can look for a dive, and then play for picks.
What you want to do is you want to find a diveable target. You want to communicate with your monkey, making sure that he's aware of where the target is and how, when you are ready to go for it. You of course need to know when he's ready to go for it. Then you guys go in together 2 versus 1 hopefully and get that pick really quick. And then you try to get out, but at the same time like the rest of your team will be doing their stuff as well, right? Like you have Ashe adding pressure, you have your Zenyatta adding pressure with the Discord. Like you guys are still a team, but you work in small groups kind of.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things like I know I find I personally like struggle with, especially when we're playing this comp, because sometimes like I feel like if we're just not getting them dives off, there's no reason I should be playing Tracer, because I can't exactly 1v3 Zen, Mercy, and
yeah, you shouldn't be 1v3. You shouldn't be 1v1ing either, in my opinion. You should be with the monkey. Like
it's like
when
it's 2v1 or 2v2.
Yeah, when he's out of cooldowns and he can't go any deeper, you need to realize that and go back a little bit too, and then you guys go for the next dive, right?
Yeah, but it's just one of the things I find like I'll try to look for them kind of opportunities more, but it's one of those things where it's like sometimes that doesn't happen because like tanks are preoccupied and can't always go for these dives, and then it just makes me feel like Tracer's useless.
No, like they should make the time for it. It's the entire playstyle. Like when you start a fight, before the fight you guys set up, your monkey walks up to a corner where he's close enough to dive. He steps up here. Tracer goes on a flank. She comes up behind them, ready to kill their Zenyatta who's over here. Then she stays back, obviously. She waits for monkey to be ready. And then you guys just go aggressive together. as soon as you get the kill, you go back as far as you can. Hopefully your team is within range to help you.
But
And then
I don't
look
know.
for the next dive for the next target.
Okay, because that's something I don't feel like we do enough. The disengage once we get a pick. I don't know. I feel like we tend to commit. Like we get a pick, we just commit more and
Yeah,
go
we do.
harder.
I agree.
Like I told you last or the first time I talked to you guys, with the dive, it's burst, reset, burst, reset. Because after the initial dive here, you guys don't have cooldowns anymore. You can't go any deeper. The only way you go deeper is if you have to get massive value in the beginning. But even then, like you should still find the time to soft reset and like just wait for cooldowns before you go really aggressive again.
Yeah.
And one thing, I don't know if it's JB, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Misty tend to overcommit with his primal.
He puts himself into the middle of them, then he's like, I have primal to get out, so it's fine. And he gets hacked. It's like, oh, it's not fine.
Like he tends to, same thing as you with the trance. I think with primal, you want to come back like toward the ends and not die.
He gets hacked before he can, though, a lot. Well, relatively often recently. I think that's fair to say.
Okay.
That just means he has to play more defensively. Like I said, he needs to value his life more and realize where his limits are more.
Are we playing it like a rush or a dive though? Because I know I'm an anime main 100%, and I know people think I want to play it just because of that. But I am happy playing other shit. But it's like when I'm playing it like a dive, I don't feel like I'm doing much as Moira. Zen I'm fine with. It's just like Moira, I'm kind of like
Wait, but we're not playing Moira dive.
We're talking about the poke dive right now.
I think that's less on Moira being, you know, like it's not that Moira is a bad character or something. It's more that we are not playing properly around that. I think that's more of a team issue than a character issue.
Okay.
Like when you look at how we're playing the rush, we're too split. Because basically being split in any way, shape or form, unless specifically called, for example, because they have EMP or some shit, unless specifically called, is too much being split.
It's not so much. Yeah, I just don't like feeling I'm doing nothing even when I'm playing.
Oh, I can understand.
But yeah, there's
with Moira, I don't know. I feel like Moira is really impactful. Like you can do a ton of healing, get call real quick, and just call sense can win you team fights.
When we play it like a rush, hell yeah. But when our monkey goes in, I can't help him. And
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, once again, your monkey needs to play more defensive and play with the team more. Like, I mean, you guys don't have to change up the composition. Your monkey just needs to calm down. Like, I think that's very much it. Your monkey likes to go really, really deep, even if his team can't follow, and he needs to realize how far his team can go and go that far.
Yeah, I need to add for more peel those then, but I've discussed that with you.
Yeah,
need to be more vocal, generally.
Yes. But yeah, I think that's it for what I had to say on this one.
Okay, that's fine.
Go back to the VOD review.
Okay, yeah.
You and Vissy didn't fight him.
I would never fight Vissy.
Why? Because he'd win.
Yes, he's super macho.
He's a strong boy.
Okay.
So
during that fight, where it was like Diva and someone else, I'm not sure who, went on the Sigma, and then like Misty kind of stood in the middle, and then Jack went to the left to deal with the Zen. Like, I feel like at that point, like, there's no bad target to go on, because like if you go on the Sigma, he dies. If you go on the Zen, he dies. It's just everyone going on the same target. That was the problem.
In my head, the target priority there is once I've shit on their Reaper, the Sigma can just like shift or E me, so there's really no point going on him. I should just rush at the Zen. I feel like I'm wasting time going for the Sigma there after I've killed the Hog. If I kill the Hog and then I kill the Zen, the Sigma's going to die either way.
Yeah.
The only person that can bring that fight back between the two of them is the Zen.
I think in some way the problem, like I agree with your line of thinking, but in some way you have to keep in mind the Sigma's going to die either way. Yes, correct, if people shoot at him. And that's the thing.
I feel like the Zen is the priority target there. I feel like
I
because
think
he can sustain other people.
if you end up being so close, it's fine.
Mm.
But you shouldn't be looking for their Zenyatta in the back line, like if he's far away or anything, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at that point where we've already gotten 2 picks, like it kind of doesn't matter that much.
Just go on. Whoever.
Yeah, as long as we're staying as a group, because the only way they're going to get picks is if we play split.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't
I
like
can
a throw, and I think it's very
sucky him
good.
through his
He
D
can get
anyway.
picks really fast, but
Also, you got to keep in mind
Yeah.
with Sigma's grasp ability, he can only stop it from one direction. So if you're on like the left-hand side of him, he can't eat the bullets.
And Moira doesn't care about it, right? Because like
Yeah, Moira doesn't care. Winston doesn't care. And if you're close enough and you're staring directly in front of him, just melee him.
Directly in front of him?
Yeah,
Well,
like in melee range.
Well, yeah, if you're in melee range. And
melee goes through regardless.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's basically like the
Yep. You can't shoot through a Rhine shield, but you can bitch slap him.
yeah, I think that's it for that. But still, that was a pretty clean first attack.
It's all down here from here, boys.
Sad, it's true.
Sad.
Oh. Okay. Wait, Jack, did you have your TP ability?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, no, I'm checking if he does.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Huh?
it's a little bit delayed, so I'm trying to look it up.
Okay. You'll see it in a second.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna get embarrassed now.
Yes.
Embarrassed, Jack.
So I'm safe, and I walk back. Oh,
Yeah.
Misty asked us to group up. He asked us to group up at 6.
Yeah, he says stuck on me, stuck on me.
So I went
Yeah,
back,
but-
which is silly. I should have ignored
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And then I had my shift, and I just paid.
Misty's really
Well,
yelled at us. It's scary.
Well, I felt like at that point, if Misty's saying to group up on him, like we're already, it was the Diva
We're
and
already
you,
in
Jack,
safe
was
position.
already going towards the high ground, so it's Misty should be stacking with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's called in that situation probably called like stuck on Diva or something would have been better.
Yeah.
You could
There's
just
something for him too. Like,
yeah.
the stack doesn't have to be on him if the other people are in
Yeah.
a better position.
Couldn't
than
you
him.
just say like literally just say wait? Because rather than say stack on someone, wouldn't it be
Yeah.
fine just to have 2 smaller stacks in safe positions, like front left and around the corner, as opposed?
I feel
to
like
stack?
the stack call is something you want to do in the mid fight if you see that you're like spreading out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
agree with Sam here.
also it should be instinctively as soon as like we cap the point that we should be walking forward and Misty was kind of just chilling for a bit. It's like you want there to be like no downtime. You don't want to just be like chilling, not doing anything. You want to be like, okay, next fight, let's go. You know, taking space, taking this high ground that we're going to be able to get for free, not just chilling, and then doing something. But that was an unlucky pick. It was Jack being an idiot, but but you know.
I bought
You
it.
know, you are not. Jack is a master player. You're not allowed to criticize him.
True.
He's team captain, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that as well.
So you have to respect.
Wait, where are we
If he
going
makes a
here?
mistake, the mistake
One-
is the
one
right.
thing
Oh.
You guys should have taken the high ground.
Yeah.
I think
After-
we wanted to get payload progress,
The-
so
the-
that's why we went.
Didn't we VOD review this?
Yeah,
or-
we
Yeah,
literally
said
went
that
over.
We keep one on payload.
Wait,
and
wait,
then
yeah,
go
we
high
went-
ground, I don't know why.
Yeah, we went over the
nothing-
same map.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's because Hog flanked on the left, and then someone started shot calling the hell out of Hog, and then just started chasing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the beginning of the
earlier, I
fight,
think-
at the beginning of the fight. Okay, wait. I'm gonna go back to where before Jack gets picked, because I think this is
Yeah.
where the problem stems from. Yeah, it was here. Wait, I'll wait a second for the stream to actually catch up. Okay, so we're staring at the choke just after we've capped.
You guys should already have a high ground control here.
Yeah,
The
for
scary
sure.
thing is that they're playing a poke, right? They do have the range, but still, there's no value in being on the point.
Yeah, just the Ashe is just playing through main though. She hasn't even taken high ground, so like this high ground is free right now.
Yeah.
But the problem is like, wait, I am correct, Vissy. It's the Moira that stays on payload, and the Lucio goes with the main like stack. so he can actually speed them around, or?
Yeah, I have never said otherwise.
No, I was just making
support
sure.
base.
Yeah, I was just making sure. So yeah,
Yes.
just everyone needed to move forward way faster, and then we could actually have taken this high ground. But then after Jack gets picked, then Misty jumps back to the payload, which is what confusing me. Because even with Jack dead, like we can still hold the space we've taken and maybe walk forward a little bit more. Because there's nothing pressuring us taking the high ground right now. Obviously not like going super into
you
it.
guys can.
But
You guys can just chill by the stairs here, like if you're scared.
yeah, for sure. But like backing up here, I don't like. We're not even being pressured, and we're giving them space back. Is what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and when we talked about 3 on payload before, like what does 3 on payload here actually get or give us?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we only do it at the end. If
Yeah,
you
like
know
we said last time. Yeah. You only have 3 on payload like last bit of a point to guarantee the cap before they can recontest. Outside of that, having 3 on payload is kind of pointless.
Yeah. And it's not even needed at the end of the point, like unless you expect them to contest otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna watch it from Jabby because I feel like that's where the hog came in. Yeah, Jabby gets killed and then we all go on the hog.
How do I die there? I can't remember if I played stupid and got called out.
In my opinion, that hog was not out of position. You guys went too far after him.
Really?
Yeah, you guys committed so hard. Like, you're so far off now. And your entire team is 1 HP.
Yeah, just from the one hog. I mean, it's because since we're chasing the hog, it just opens up the back of us are being just spammed by an Ash.
Yeah.
As soon as we go around that corner.
Like if you can boop him in so that he stays where he got the hook, then like it's fine. But if you can't do it, like then just leave him be. I think.
Okay.
Sure.
Did we record comms for that game?
I don't think so.
We didn't record
Okay.
calls.
Wow.
Yeah, we all just kind of fall apart because we're low health. So
Also, I'm not sure if that was a like micro thing from Fleisch, but you DM'd him like while he was getting hooked, and then your DM ran out for when the shot came. And then, you know, if you waited for after the hook and then DM'd, you probably could have saved him.
Yeah.
I know, it's just something I noticed. Or it could have been something different, but
I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, I guess just focus on DMing the actual damage for it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Micro mistakes always happen.
but yeah, I'm gonna play this a bit and then pause it when the enemy sets up again in their position because I want to talk about what our actual plan is. Okay, so I think this is probably working. They're gonna play around. So the Sigma's through main. The Tracer's just gonna harass on the right hand side there. Ash is playing on the thingy, whatever you call it, and then Hog's on the high ground.
So here we want to go where the Ash is.
You guys want to take the high ground, right?
Yeah, let's go left side.
You leave Dave on the payload here because you're Moira. Well, she wants to be with a team and she can't fly up. And she doesn't have as much sustain as the Diva does, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then we want to push this hog at least away from the high ground, and we can
I think here the plan was EMP Coulson's.
Yeah, but you want to take the high ground first, even if you have ults.
Mhm.
The team can do
Okay.
it.
Wait, so you don't want to use ult to take the high ground?
I mean, you can use it to take the high ground. I just thought if you guys walk down on point and use ults, you're just
Okay.
not doing it from a suboptimal position.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, what would you actually EMP if you tried to take high ground with EMP? It's like the hog's
Zen.
kind of but Zen's not on the high ground. He's like far right.
To be honest, like if they're running this comp, I just sometimes solo EMPs in and kill them.
Fair enough.
I mean,
I
that
respect it.
Yeah.
you can like even like you if you EMP the Mercy Edge, they have no movement ability. They have no one to peel for them. I think it's easy to kill them.
Yeah, I don't think I EMPs in on this one, but yeah, I'd probably just look to EMP like frontline people so they have no movement to escape.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that's fine, but you don't EMP just, or like for example, I'm saying that you're doing this, but like when you're taking the high ground, you still want to make sure that you use the ults like as you engage, right? You don't want to use the ults just to walk up the stairs necessarily.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like you want to use ults to make sure that you get through and win the fight, but you don't use the ults like just to use the ults at the choke if no one is at the choke by the stairs in this example.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see how the fight goes.
Yeah, I'll play it from this perspective. Ooh. Wait, where are we saying? Okay, we're saying up from there.
Wait, did the Hulk have high ground then drop?
Yeah.
He's contesting point, lol.
Oh yeah, this was what I can't remember what happened here, but you called to go right side here, and then just ended up fighting low ground.
Oh.
Yeah, the payload is too far back to go on the right side here. You only want to do it if it's far forward on this point. Because you want to rotate around to get the high ground from the other side, but here you need to get through the entire enemy team to get there. So
Yeah, here we wanted to go high ground right side and go to the stairs and then take the high ground, but I don't know why we just. I think because we're cold.
Do it. You shouldn't be looking to do that rotation unless the payload is way further forward and you've already tested the other high ground. Maybe I didn't make that clear last time, but you still want to be pushing for the left high ground. Like usually, you can use the other one if you're not getting through that way.
Okay.
And obviously when the payload is further forward, because they're going to be playing by the payload, so they're too far up for it now.
Yeah, wait. I wanna check what we actually used the beat for, because we used beat and didn't save it for flux. They just got a free flux.
Yeah. I don't think it was a good beat.
It was around here.
I don't remember why I did it.
I didn't even see anyone get super low. I mean, Misty was like half HP, but
Nah.
You still had the coalescence running, and you weren't taking, like Random said, any big damage, so there's no point in using it here for the aggression. Coalescence does that for you already, so...
Oh, so I thought you were talking about the coalescence.
Also,
No, the coalescence was fine. Using that to engage is good, but...
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you guys had a target when you guys decided to push in.
No.
Like you went through the choke and you used coalescence, but you weren't actually engaging to someone properly.
Yeah.
You just walked out of the choke.
It was,
yeah, like
it was also 5v6
So-
because I'm set up high ground, thinking you're going high ground, so you're down one as well.
Yeah, I think there were just a lot of mistakes in this this fight, like in general. But I think we've already talked through most of them.
Yeah, I think the problem
You
after
use one
this.
support ult, you take the high ground. You,
Yeah.
You don't use the ults until you actually engage onto the enemies. Like,
Then the problem is we start overcommitting ults after we've already lost. Actually, I think the bomb was fine, but then we used primal as well.
Yeah, it's just because he was gonna die, wasn't it?
Yeah, but at that point you just
guys had
die.
lost this fight.
Yeah, we had like 3 people alive max.
I was already dead.
Yeah, so there was no point using primal there. That was just a waste.
Yeah. I think you guys could have just reset from the beginning. Pretty much.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think you should have used the devil bomb there either.
Okay, we're taking high ground
I
now.
believe my thought process was as I saw the flux go out. Therefore, the signal.
I get the reasoning behind the bomb.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's a good bomb, though. I'm just saying like that was my thinking behind it.
Also, Is this engaging for a setup, or are they okay to take high ground like this?
Wait, go back and look at the.
What, just before the engage, or?
Yeah, just go back a little bit so
Yeah.
you see what actually happened.
So, wait, is it caught up?
I think so.
Yeah, wait, I'll play now. How does Misty die there?
Yeah, I'm not set up here.
We don't give Sombra enough time to set up a lot of the time.
No.
Like, we're engaging and then Tommy trying to rush a
Yeah.
hack.
Wait, what were you
Oh,
trying to set up
that's-
then, Tommy? At the beginning of this?
So yeah, I'm at like bottom left, and then I was gonna go run up and take high ground.
Oh,
But
okay.
everyone speeds in. Like I usually do call that I'm not set up, and I'm wanting to set up.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I forgot here, but
I don't remember you saying it, but that's something
Yeah,
we should, I think, systematically check. I don't know how Dimitri died, just with the ton of words probably.
We just took a bunch of spam at the beginning, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Fleisch was DMing Misty either when we went across the bridge. Well, I'm gonna watch it again.
Put it in
Before
25.
So before the bridge, Misty's full HP, which is good. Wait, the Ash is on the high ground, so Misty's taking spam from there, and then Zem's like through main.
he's also jumping in front of the Ash.
Yeah, what he should have done is like he should turn so that they can't headshot him, and also I think jumping made sure he didn't get the matrix properly.
Yeah.
But also makes the shots easier to hit because you just move predictably while you're in the air.
Yeah, but I think if he presses W straight, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think if we gave enough time for Tommy to like actually take high ground, like he would have realized there's literally 4 people just chilling through main, all in EMP range. Like I feel like that's just an easy engage onto like their supports.
So
From
you
the high
wouldn't, like, you wouldn't go on the Ash and let her on high ground.
We can't close the
I
gap.
think going on Ash is fine.
Yeah, to be fair.
Especially since she's alone, I think you guys can go faster. I think this is an opportunity to dive. Your Moira can send a heal orb with the tanks. Possibly even fade here, because the enemy team, like you said, are all on the low ground, so they can't really contest you guys. You guys can just fight versus the Ash and force her off.
Yeah.
But by not feeding before going, and then when the Ash is off, that's when it's free to just drop on them.
I was thinking, could we EMP like before we go on the Ash? Like, if we did it slightly off the high ground, like around here. Wait, I'll wait for the stream to set up. So like you're still catching the supports. You catch the Ash, and you should be able to catch the tanks as well.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
'Cause
but you need to be fast then too. You need to realize like who's your next target as well.
Yeah.
So that it
'Cause-
doesn't run out. Because
yeah.
Kayata has trans.
Because like as soon as you kill the Ash, then you literally just drop from the high ground instantly, and you've got both supports sitting in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like that's an easy
think
cleanup.
if it's properly communicated, that could have been an easy fight win.
Yeah, probably even after like we go on the Ash and kill her, then they're all just sitting through main, so like EMP afterwards, and that would have been good.
Yeah.
But here, for example, could Missy have like used his jump, his leap to get into the Ash instead of walking?
Yeah. If you guys communicated here, your diva and your monkey can jump the Ash just to force her off. They don't have to hard engage. They just have to make sure that the Ash drops, and then they can turn to the next target here.
Yeah.
But the main issue in this fight is still that you guys didn't wait for your Sombra to set up, which is like it's so important. I feel like it happens a lot that you
Yeah.
guys just don't listen to what the rest of your team is up to. if they're ready, if they need help, and stuff like that. And it's something that you guys simply.
I feel like it's not
pay more
even
attention
like
to.
it's not even just setting up for the EMP. It's also like the information of where everyone is that you're missing as well.
Yeah.
Oh, still in 0.25.
Like it doesn't matter that the entire team is calling if no one's listening.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think if we commit jump there, that's fine, because Reaper TP's behind. If I'm set up, I'm able to shoot, and then Lucio and Moira can like damage from range.
Yeah, but even so, like when your monkey jumps on the Ash, he doesn't have to jump to the next target because Zenyatta and Mercy are just below him. Especially with EMP, the Mercy can't even escape. So even if he didn't have the Zenyatta call.
Well, I mean, we can always stabilize on high ground.
Yeah, you can, but I don't think it's necessary here either.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, not in this like situation, but I mean, if it's to get control of high ground, you can always stabilize, wait for jump to come back up.
Yes.
Yeah. What's it? We start engaging as the last bit of our team is dying, and it almost results in Jabby getting killed. I don't know. I feel like there's no reason to start peeking when this is happening. Also, Misty starts pushing Payload, but then Jabby comes with him.
I'll go through.
I'm back. I was AFK for like 2 minutes. I had to answer a phone call. Sorry. Did I miss anything? Of note?
Nothing major.
Wow,
Just make sure that we set up. No, like we need to really pay attention
joking.
about making sure everyone is set up and listening to everyone's call instead of just focusing on our own thing.
Yeah, wait, does Tommy... Yeah, Tommy dies there, actually. That was really bad. We engaged as the last part of our team was dying from the fight before, and it just... It almost got Jabby killed, but Tommy dies because of it.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, it's it's because Tracer found my translocator, and I was just gonna try build a little bit of ult while people were still in.
No, I feel like the problem was we were engaging anyway. Like when we were down without 3 people, or at least 2 of us were respawning.
Yeah, a lot
think
of
it's the
people are
main
still
problem.
walking back, so that's still an issue. You can't take a fight here.
Yeah, like against better teams, you'll just get destroyed if you try and do that. There's no reason to start going forward there. Are we doing the right side rotation again?
The payload is still too far back for this rotation. It's at the same place, I don't.
Yeah, pretty much. We seem confused on what our actual plan is here. Like when we got to the doorway on the right hand side, we kind of just like chilled on the doorway for a little bit, and then we started rotating high ground. But Jabby doesn't actually follow, and he's still like shooting through main because he thinks people are with him.
Sorry?
Sorry, can you go back and rewatch the rotation?
Yeah. Wait, yeah, it's just here.
When you guys want to rotate, go to the open area, like the doorway. Wait, pause. The doorway behind you now. Before the rotation started, you know.
Yeah, there's doorway here.
Yeah, exactly. Wait inside the doorway. Make sure that everyone's ready, and then you can count down 3, 2, 1, and everyone goes at the same time. Don't just say we're rotating here, we're going now. Like people won't be ready, people might not be in position. It's very important. Rotations are slow, and that's for a reason, because everyone needs to get through safely.
Okay.
So yeah, of course, like we already said, this is a bad rotation, a bad route for the rotation. But
if we're talking about our actual rotation,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the only person who shouldn't do that, well, doesn't have to do that is the Reaper, and I think Jack did the correct thing where he TP'd across instead, because he knew he could
that's
just
fine.
make it. So yeah, that's fine. But apart from that, yeah, we need to stay grouped because like Armoria just faded in and then just used Cole because of it, and then we're just a bit split. So D.Va couldn't actually eat all the incoming damage when we were doing the rotation.
Yeah. This is really good for when you're playing like a rank composition as well, because if you actually coordinate it, your rank can actually like shield the entire rotation. You don't want your Anna running through in the open after the rest of the team or something like that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully your off tank pays attention to that as well, but still you need to coordinate it so that everyone's going at the same time, like exactly the same time.
Mm.
There's something I think Misty talked about, but I feel like we're playing things a bit too fast, and we're not taking the time to really set up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're always rushing it.
Okay.
Jack gone for 20 minutes. We're recording this, aren't we?
Yeah,
So
we're fine.
Yeah, he's gonna eat.
But yeah, in general, you guys are rushing it, which is why you guys never have time to set up. You don't like we just said with the rotation.
we're rushing.
I think that's everything, because we don't, like, if we run sometime we rush, you know, because we rush between the rotation and stuff, we don't have time to properly set up a plan, do, like, for example, the ult tracking and stuff. So we just, well, like, we're not fully prepared to actually take the team fight.
Mm-hmm.
And then we always start with disadvantage, especially when we initiate.
Yes, this is what that leads to. So, like, you guys aren't in a hurry. You guys have time to set up. Like, it's better to set up a good plan and do everything properly than to take 4 fights because you didn't do it the first time.
Okay.
Like, in the long run, you still save time by doing it properly instead of doing it really fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you guys reset here? Are you guys pushing?
I was going to say, I think we're doing the same thing again, where everyone hasn't actually come back properly, and we're already starting to do a kind of rotation through. Yeah. But like the Ashe is just high ground contested for free because both our tanks are still coming back from spawn. So like if like this Ashe just dinks your heads and now you have to reset again because your supports are dead. So like I don't know why we're going in here. Yeah, Jabby just ends up dying because the Hog just pushes him for free because our tanks aren't back.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what I was doing there. I was just being stupid. That was my bad.
I think we all just got a bit excited because Tommy got a pick on the Zen to begin with, and everyone was like, "Oh, let's go in then." But the Zen just gets rezzed, and yeah, we're just way open, and we have no tanks. So
I don't always acknowledge when I'm alone as well, which is a problem.
I was really good that time.
Yeah, a lot better.
Oh fuck.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I like that fight.
I feel like that's as clean as you can make it. I felt like the beat was fine because you probably knew the Sigma didn't have ult yet, so beat engaging there I feel like is alright. And then you're just able to actually use your movement abilities to get on the people on the high ground, the Ashe, and then the Mercy afterwards after she died, so that was really good.
I also want to mention you guys have a lot of ults for the Sigma ult as well. Like, the Sigma ult isn't that impactful in my opinion. It's pretty easy to counter. You have EMP, Coalescence, and D.Va Bomb who can all have good value with it.
Or you could even just hack him. Like you have some just default abilities as well that can stop him.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
And they don't have pool leader, you know, to combo and have everyone in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like
we're playing Russia. We are going to be grouped up, but
yeah.
I think a lot of people can get out of the Sigmund as well. Obviously, we'll probably catch someone most of the time, but or a couple of people even. But if you're ready for it and you have the amp, you can just speed amp out of it, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back before this fight actually starts, because I feel like we don't actually have a plan for next fight, or we're not like actually setting up for any plan. Okay, we all come back to point for a little bit of heals, which I think is fine, but after we get healed up, we're not actually doing anything with the space we just got from winning that team fight.
I think you guys can just take the high ground here. Your Diva flies up.
Yeah. Diva flies up, but Misty stays caught again. This is a big no-no for main tanks. I'm the bully Misty the next time I see him on payload. I feel like there's only.
If anything, what?
I thought Monkey's meant to push payload.
No, Diva.
No, Diva.
Either tech support does it or off tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for a while we kept saying Monkey would do it.
Well, we did look at one specific situation which we said Monkey would do it, but apart from that,
I feel like there's very few scenarios where you want your main tank to be pushing cut.
Or Ritza can sit on a payload. That's sometimes if you're playing a composition where the entire team doesn't have to be behind the shield.
Yeah.
Those are kind of niche composition as well. Composition. Yeah. Like those are exceptions, but generally you don't want your main tank pushing.
Yeah, my problem here is we took all the space from winning that team fight, and then we just give it away for free again and let them set up what they want to do, because we're playing, one, half of us weren't even playing on high ground, and two, I feel like we're playing a further back because not everyone's actually taking high ground. So I think the Hog here just walks up to the high ground for free and doesn't get pressured, and the Ash is taking the high ground on the left side for free and is not getting pressured either.
Based off where Jack's positioned, I know he's saying he wants to go for a blow. So.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Although
Jack, you should be on the high ground here too. Like you can engage from there. Blossoms doesn't have to come from an unexpected angle. Like you always complain about. Oh right, he's up here. Well, he can hear it from the.
Yeah, he can.
We'll tell him.
Yeah. Anyway,
when dropping in up from high ground is better though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm getting there. He complains about not getting value from his reprolls, but I see him get plenty of value from his reprolls a lot of the time. Like even if he doesn't get picks, I think he just underestimates it. Having Reaper up there pressing Q can be really good. It doesn't have to be unexpected or at least in the sense of they don't see him coming from the beginning, you know.
And it forced them onto low ground onto us, I guess, as well.
Yeah. Like either you guys just clear out the high ground, or preferably you guys don't give it to them. Yeah. You guys already have it here. At this moment, you can still pressure them off, yes, by jumping up and stuff. You need to be aware of where your Moira is playing though, because she can't follow you up there, so you can't go too deep. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I think he plays the corners every time. So by the time we get to map 4, if they scout, we've got reroll. They usually start checking corners.
Yeah. Or they just push the other side.
Also, or a lot of the time they'll just rotate round the other way, and then Reaper will be on the other side of the map. And then split from us.
Yeah. If he wants to TP behind them, you should do it close enough to the fight, so he pretty much TPs and then the fight begins. There's no point in going on far flanks like this, hoping that they go that same way. Because here they make the correct play going for the high ground, right? Especially because you guys aren't on it. But he should be with you guys there too, no matter if he's gonna ult or not.
Yeah. And if he's on high ground, he can always just TP to a bit behind them, or on a little kind of prop somewhere on the map, and then use his ult.
Yeah. We can get going.
Yeah, sure. Ooh. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, the rebuild came in way late.
The repro came in as the fight lost. Well, he was the last person alive there.
The thing is, they need to be contesting at the end, right? Like they have the hog on the point, and like all he has to do pretty much is wait for the
Hook.
the hog. Yeah, exactly, the hook, and then he can just rebuild the hog, and you guys can hard focus the hog down because you guys can't leave the payload here, so you guys should just be forcing all damage onto anyone contesting it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a better way we could have used that because quite a few of our ults were kind of botched. Like we had to use bomb because Fleisch gets hooked and demeched. And then I think we late Cole as well to try and save him. It doesn't actually work out. Yeah, we Cole to try and save Fleisch and he gets demeched anyway. And then
it's Jack.
Yeah, it's Jack.
Okay.
And then we bomb because we get demeched. But I feel like that's probably more of a positional thing because we weren't taking space.
Yeah. You guys could have had all of that space and then just ulted trap and they tried to push you and you guys would have won this fight easily.
I don't know. I feel like we really failed to understand what they needed to do to win and counter it, and like we should know that they, for example, want to take the high ground and they want to do that, and we kind of know it, but we're not thinking actively about it in game.
Yeah, but I think it also comes with experience and VOD reviews, right? Like, yeah, obviously I don't know how much you guys have gone through this before I started helping you guys out, but I haven't been helping you guys out for too long, so like it's still kind of new. There's a lot of things at once as well. But it should come with time, if nothing else. But,
is there like, for example, like should we talk about the win condition and stuff? Like should it be about the old plan or?
Yeah, it's during the old plan. Like when a fight ends, you ult track, you say what ults they have. You immediately go into fight planning, and that's when you say like they're gonna have this ult, so we need to use this to counter it. Like that should be a part of the plan.
I think for the most part, before we've only looked at how we want to use our ults, we don't actually think about how to react to their. Unless it's like something obvious like a trans or a B, like we don't actively think about how to counter their ults.
I definitely think you can.
For sure.
I think Albo does that a lot.
Yeah, he does.
But I don't think you need to spend like extra time. Like if you don't have a good plan, then you can just say something. But if you see a good ult to use versus one of their ults, you can. Like we use speed for Sigma ult or something this fight. Like if you know they have it. But other than that, like it doesn't have to be complicated. It shouldn't take too much time because you still need to move on. So if you don't have time, you simply focus on your ults.
I wanna. Sorry, I'm just trying to think about this fight now. I feel like this fight's still winnable. Like obviously, Fleisch getting demeched is not ideal, but we bombed to get it back. I think, assuming we just said like, oh, the Zen has trans, even though he doesn't. But assuming we just said like, oh, Zen has trans, I feel like even if we just EMP the tanks on point right now, like Zen has to travel a pretty large distance to actually get to them if he has trans, and I feel like in that time we could probably just burst them down.
Yeah.
Especially with Reaper if we need it, like.
Yeah, your Reaper's coming in perfectly for it.
If we're actually try and turn this into a winnable fight, and then after those guys get down on like the Zen's obviously going to be forward-ish. I feel like we could either go on the Zen after trans or just go to the high ground on the right hand side where Ash is, and like there's not really much that she can do about that if both tanks and like the Reaper or something go after her.
Yeah, I think considering you guys also have to win this fight, there's no like it's fine to overuse ults if you have to, because it doesn't matter if you still have ults for the next fight if you lose this one, right?
Yeah.
So committing the EMP and the rebuild, even though you already committed the Moira and the ults, it would still be worth it.
For sure.
Especially because you're not getting that good value from them, I think. Alright, you pressure the signal for the move and stuff. But still, the rebuild should have gone off 10 minutes ago at this
Yeah, true. Also, Jabby, you seem to be getting hooked quite a lot from this hog. I think it's just because you're playing a bit too forward. I don't know, like the hog's not even going on flanks and he's still hooking you, so just try and play a little bit further back.
Yeah. At this point, it's not your job to stay on the point anymore either. I mean,
I keep
obviously
forgetting
now
how
you're
long
playing-
Moira's range is, because it looks quite short on your screen. Does that make sense? Like from first person, it looks quite short. So I sit too close.
Yeah, just think about it next time. So like get it into your head that like, yeah, exactly what we mentioned. It comes automatically after a while, you know.
And one of the problems with that fight as well, because we didn't like have high ground at the beginning, their Ashe just set up there for free and just had free poke.
Yeah.
And instead of them using resources to take high ground, we have to like use resources to
Yes.
thing.
Very
Well, I
much
don't
stems from
think
that. Better teams than you lose because they don't take high ground. I can assure you, it's just so strong.
Yep.
Well, I think even there, like, we couldn't use resources to take high ground because Fleisch got demacked at the start.
You can take the high ground.
Yeah,
before.
that's what we're talking about. Even before then, like,
Yeah, I know, of course, but
Yeah.
then, like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, even if we wanted to use resources to take
He
high ground
actually
there, we
went up
couldn't.
to the high ground here, Diva.
Oh, is that why he got demacked?
Could have been.
Oh, yeah, of course, because me and Fleisch were on high ground. Oh, right.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Oh, now you're playing the dive.
Oh, yeah, now we are.
oh yeah, now we're playing it. God, that pause was actually ages.
Finally, playing dive calm.
Let's go.
We love
Wait,
it.
so where's Zenray?
I love it.
Okay,
You're standing
Jabby's
far back,
on
right?
point.
Am I playing too far back now?
No, I think it's fine. I do once again think that your team should play it differently, but I already went through it. I'm not too big a fan of this high ground play, especially from the diva. The Ashe can fall back down, but you should give it up quite quickly as well, especially now that they're rotating into you.
I definitely don't think you should start. Like, if you want to get off the high ground, you shouldn't go inside.
Yeah, you should
It's
just drop
literally,
down the
literally
point.
just drop down and walk back.
I kind of
It's just easy to get caught out.
That's what you're thinking. No, wait, you're the tracer, right?
Yeah.
I still feel I'm too far away, but
You know.
No, that's where Fran positioned himself
I think you should be on
yesterday.
the high ground here, not on the right side.
yeah, I get that. That's fair.
It is decent because you. Wait, can you pause the stream?
Yeah.
I just want to say what I said to Jack. Now.
Hello?
In the beginning of this defense, Jack,
Yeah.
here in the stream, you played the top left and you made a really far rotation through the mega back to the choke after first point, you know?
Yeah.
Left on the screen now. You should start up there and just take a few shots and then just drop down to point. Maybe take the back high ground.
Yeah.
It takes you out of the fight for too long if you do the long rotation, and it's not necessary.
Okay.
And then I was gonna say something.
It was the
sound
repro.
full.
It's the repro, wasn't it?
Yeah, Zenyatta. Oh yeah, I can bring that up too. I just want to say the Zenyatta thing here first. You can start bottom right. That's fine. You get really good sight lines, but generally you do want to rotate up to the high ground after because usually teams push on the right side, but they don't here, so it's not like a throw or anything to stay bottom right. But it's still just safer to play on the high ground with your Ashe here. So that's where you should be looking to play. And yeah, on the previous on attack here, I don't know how much you remember, Jack. What we said was that the team should take the high ground when you came into the last fight, like when you won the second to last fight. And you went into a corner below, like where by the end of the second point to reroll, and then they didn't even end up going there because they just
Oh, yeah.
on the high ground.
Yeah,
What you should have done is take the high ground with your team and
Yeah.
I feel like you underestimate the Reaper ult. You held for it until the fight was lost. You could have used it like probably 10 different times. Or in 10 different ways before that, like just to get value from it, because you just ended up not having value from it at all.
Yeah. I just feel like it's a suicide button at this point.
It's not when the Hog was contesting the point, for example, and
The whole time. No, I remember specifically waiting for the hook to come out, and then I wanted to use it, but he just was not hooking.
No, he used it a lot of times. He used it.
No,
Did
yeah, he used it on the
Yeah,
diva to begin with to do mecha.
Oh, I'm retarded. Sorry. My apologies. That's awful from me.
Master player, by the way.
Shut up, you diamond pleb.
But yeah, if you had it on a high ground as well, you could have forced them off since you guys didn't take it from the beginning. Obviously, you guys should strive to have the high ground from the beginning, but yeah, you just could have had so much value from it.
Yeah.
In that fight where you didn't find the opportunities.
That's my bad.
Yeah, and also, Jack, if there's a specific cooldown you're looking to get used before you want to use your ult, literally just tell everyone, so you know when it goes off. Because obviously, like in some situations, there were like you couldn't see it, but like other people on the team would have been able to tell you if cooldowns were used. So
yeah.
Okay.
keep that in mind.
Say I'm ulting after a hook or something, like a short call, but still, so people can pay attention to it or no.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That was actually a big res.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Sammy.
because Jabby was still bottom right, and Sam had to go. Well, Sam went for the res. He just got
Yeah.
glocked in the back of the head.
Yeah,
Fucking eat from flies. Oh my.
the diva didn't really see you properly there, like when you were back at the corner there, I think. Which is why you, like I said, you want to be playing on the high ground, back left. Your team won't really expect you to be bottom right either.
Right, yeah, I just rotated, like, when they were top left, I rotated back right instead of taking high ground.
Yeah.
I need to prioritize high ground more, but I already know that. I just was stupid.
Yeah. Like, I know when I play that, I know I have a tendency to drop here because you have a better LOS to spam, but you just get, like, you can be focused easier if they have a flanker, if you're low ground.
Like,
Can we go back? I want to see how this fight played out.
yeah. What's the very beginning, or when Jabby dies?
To about where
Wow.
Gabby dies.
That's rude.
Okay, yeah.
Was the res here good, or should I have like?
No,
just-
the res
res
was
was
good.
good.
It was just Jabby's positioning. It meant he couldn't get peel from Ash when the tracer went on him. He just got glocked in the back of the head.
How did the tracer get there?
I think she was always on the left side. Oh
She
yeah.
was on a high ground a long time before.
I didn't know she was there.
Yeah. Wait. They were up. What?
Your team is just crumbling in a corner as well here. You're not being like proactive diving. Your tracer's being aggressive, but your tanks aren't.
Yeah, well, we're just kind of being really
You're
passive
not
on point.
fighting the dive. Yeah.
Maybe it's because
I was the opposite of passive this round. I legit just kept on 1v3 in the
I saw you. Yeah, you're like up
sniper
here.
unit. Legit, I
That
killed.
pulse bomb.
Yeah, I killed the Zen like in the middle of his team, then killed the Mercy after the first fight.
I coomed when you did that.
That's it, right? Like when you're on the flank like that, that's when you let your monkey know that their Zen is like back right. Go onto him, and I'll be there with you. And you guys can go aggressive together onto that dive, right?
Yeah.
Instead of you playing it solo.
Han Solo.
Yeah, I felt like at this point where Jabby is coming back from spawn and Jack just got picked. I feel like we just back off here and wait, like for a full reset. We should be able to get one.
When you guys are playing dive as well, you can set up on the back high ground when they're getting close to point, so that you can just drop on them, or potentially jump to their backline. But you just have better sightlines and can make better dives from there, and they won't be able to contest you as easily.
Yeah. Yeah, but because we were backing off on point so much as the tanks, Misty uses his jump to walk forward, basically. And then when his bubble bursts, he doesn't have an escape.
Yeah, your tank line doesn't win versus their tank line in a brawl, so
Nah.
you're just waiting to die here, pretty much.
Oh, wait, Tommy actually just frags out.
Oh yeah, he fucks. Tommy fucks.
Okay.
I wish you would mean.
Tommy just kills everyone, Pog, I guess. But obviously we shouldn't be relying on Tommy to get a 5k to win the game. But that was a clutch 5k, bloody hell.
Gamer glasses.
Do you remember when Tommy picked up Tracer like a few weeks ago? That's pretty cool.
Tommy's crazy. He's insane, Tracer.
Genji
wait,
one
hang on a
trick.
second.
Now he plays Tracer. Hey.
NG one trick.
Can't see properly to put it on the screen.
I remember the good old days. Me and you versus the world.
Oh, yeah, I can't see properly.
I'll never fucking forget that scrim though, where we get like 6k nano blade. We lose.
Oh,
It'll be burned into my memory.
Wait, why is it paused?
Oh, sorry, I was doing something.
Close NA
Oh,
home.
I was just wondering if you wanted to say
Back, I
something.
wanna-
No, no,
I
no,
wanna
no.
see if
What's
if
that?
they had time to set up further forward. Can you go back a little bit?
Yeah.
I want to see the entire
Yeah.
team too.
After Tommy frags out.
Yeah, here you can look to take space again and start further forward, like by the
Yeah.
statue. Like otherwise you take the back high ground, but you're just staying on point, waiting
Yeah.
for them to go again.
I know it sounds rude, but once
Wait.
again, our tanks are just standing there AFK. This when we're not actively thinking about what we want to do, and we're not actually like taking positions to do what we want to do.
Maybe they try not to take poke before the actual
But
engagement.
there's no poke because they just all died. There's no reason not to be like one, planning what we want to do, and two, taking the positions we want to go through of that plan. We just stand on point for a really long time, so we just need to be faster with it. And actually do it as well.
Get jiggy with it.
I like that song.
Misty's gone on a fucking adventure. He's just walking
Hey,
on the
he has
left.
primal. He has primal.
No, he's
He's get out of jail free
just
card.
walking around.
Yeah. You're always aimlessly waiting here, I feel like. I don't know
Yeah.
if you get for ult tracking and stuff, which you should have been, but you should also look to take better positioning.
I headshot that Ash, but I didn't have damage boost, so.
Pepper hands.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm joking. I'm not. It's fine. It's fine.
Is it fine though?
No,
No. I didn't think.
it's okay. It's okay. Oh, the other
Your
Tracer's
Tracer
not
gets a pick
fucking.
again, and your team is peeling. Your monk is
Yeah.
peeling.
See,
you guys
this
get
is-
the initial pick, and you guys should be going like super aggressive after that. You should jump to Zenyatta because he has no peel at that point, pretty much. With the
Yeah.
bubble as well, you can easily get that pick. So even if your Ash dies, you still have the res, which you can potentially use, and well, you're still winning the trades as long as you keep killing their backline and they keep killing your DPS, because let's be real, DPS are nothing compared to the supports. but kinda like it's a good trade for you guys to get their Merchant Zenyatta versus your DPS.
Yeah.
Oh. Misty gets shredded by the whole hog. That's unlucky.
Unlucky. Go next.
Yeah. All right.
He probably- yeah, he-
France.
Yeah. Misty probably could have gotten primal off, but to be fair, like Hog just shreds as soon as you get up close. So
Yeah.
not sure if he had enough time for it.
But he can jump to safety with it as well, right?
Oh yeah, true.
Like,
Actually.
if he does have time to get it out.
Yeah, yeah. Don't tell me Tommy's just gonna win the fight again.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Coming in. At this point, the fight was lost, in my opinion.
So resing was bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you could have just gone out there.
Just back out, reset.
You never know when Tommy can get a 5k.
True.
shit.
Every fight is winnable when Tommy's alive. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, I think you guys were down too many, so you should have just held those for second point. Now you ended up using the tools that you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did I use Bob? Oh, I did. Cringe.
Okay, we switched to the hog now. Oh, we're doing the hog. Well, okay, we're mirroring them.
We're doing the Hogsima,
Why?
which I'm not the biggest fan of, but tanks like them, so.
I have even less peel.
I'm not a fan of the combat server.
Yeah, I
Really?
don't like this composition.
I think it's just because Misty
I think
calls
it's
it.
just
and
Misty
then...
wants to play hog.
Yeah, for sure.
I personally don't think it's that good of a comp. I personally also don't think that my hog is that my.
What supports are you meant to run with this comp? Because I don't feel.
The Zen has Zen Mercy.
Really?
But like, I don't think we're not like it works. But it's just that I feel like sometimes you could get more value out of like a more divey tank line.
I think keeping the diver is the play because of the high ground. If you guys can maintain the high ground with the dive, you should be able to win this easy clap.
I think we do work a lot around high ground here.
That's fine.
It's fine.
I really wanted to show. Oh, sorry. No, never mind.
Sorry, what?
I was gonna say I wanted to show you the King's Row game we played yesterday, and see what
We
you
didn't
think
play
of
King's
it.
Road, did we?
Yeah, we did today. We played
Oh wait,
the last game,
Misty told me
and we
about you. You
the-
played. Didn't you play this comp or something close to it?
No,
like a
we
poke
played
comp?
the Tier 2 Drama Alert Nation comp. But I think I mentioned it to you, where it was like Echo, Ash, Mercy, Zen, Bullhog, and we just fucked on it.
No.
Everyone was the whole comp fucked.
I do not think that was because the comp.
We're just both team were kind of boomed. I think at this point, we're all tired.
They
To be
said
fair, we only played it because King's Row wasn't in the map pool.
Yeah.
So we were just like, we don't need to like
we,
get.
we tried
prepared.
the thing and they
Wait.
kind of threw on the last.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't have much
Can we go
time.
back?
yeah, we have 10 minutes. It's a good point.
I want to see how they end up getting the high ground now. You guys just never end up on the high ground.
I-
That's something you need to look for. It's a
wait.
huge improvement for you guys if you start taking it.
Did we call the switch straight away? Because I think Fleisch actually goes back to spawn. Yeah, Fleisch actually has to go back to spawn to switch.
If you're already out of spawn, you don't go back to swap in 99% of the cases.
Yeah.
If we're gonna switch to this comp, we like call it straight away as opposed to like we start walking out. I was like, actually, I've changed my mind.
Actually, it
What?
could have been because I said I was going to play Hanzo with the intention of playing it with the dive.
Oh,
And then Misty, so I went to Hanzo and thought, oh, he's playing Hanzo, we can play the double
poke
off tank.
comp,
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
called the switch after because I think it was just because like I felt on second point like I just felt like I wanted to play the Hanzo.
I think Hans is fine. I think Prezi would have been too, but it's important to call and because your tanks didn't have to change here.
Would you still keep the Winston Diva with Tanzo?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if we go from the mindset where the Diva wants to kind of stay with the Zen, then the Winston is really only one diving, right?
In this comp, the Diva doesn't have to, right? Because they're not playing dive as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And also your playstyle changes on like depending on what heroes you have, right? I mean, your Divas should still be looking to peel the Zenyatta, but she doesn't have to camp him, just like Danjam said. The enemy team doesn't play dive, so he's not in quite as big a risk of dying. He does still have to play close to whatever target your Mercy's pocketing, but that's always, like, even in the one where I said that you play a 2-2-2, you can pretty much play a 4-2, where you play Ash and Zenyatta, like, together. Not too close, but still, like, always keep in mind that your Mercy has to be able to pill for both of them and help both of them.
Okay.
So... And like I said before, Sam, you can call for your teammates if you feel like you can't do your job based on their positioning. You can tell them.
Okay.
Like, just because you're the Mercy, that doesn't mean that your DPS decides. Like, you guys are a unit. You communicate together and like make the best play by doing so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I tend not to really do it.
Yeah.
I just
It's
go
easy
with
to
them.
just follow them. Like, the same.
You gotta
Yeah.
get the whip out,
But it's
Sam.
really
You gotta
good,
start ordering your DPS around. Tell them where to go.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like-
Because you have a better, you also have a better, what is it? Say perspective, kinda, to
Yeah.
make decisions that your DPS don't have. So you can easily see when they're going out of position, and if you just like keep it in mind, you can let them know when they're making a bad play before it happens, so that they don't push out and die.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but because our tanks have to switch, we basically have to give up this high ground, I think. Because our tanks aren't there to actually hold the space. I know that we do actually come up eventually.
I'm looking forward to doing a scrim on the correct mouse sense.
Okay, so a Fleisch there, you use shield and then you grasp whilst the shield is still up, so they just break the shield. I would say against the mirror, you want to be... You only really want to be using grasp after you see the hog use hook. Because if you start using grasp when hog still has hook, it's basically a death sentence. Because you can't cancel the animation unless you have rock. Oh, and that's why, yeah, that's why you die. And then Misty just gives balls to the walls and wants to kill the Zen.
And then he just discorded and melted.
Yeah. You know, I respect the play. I'm not saying it was a good play, but I respect it.
What are you whispering?
Yes. This
Did you
was
let them rest
this was an attack. I wanna see where it all goes wrong.
Do we have a scrim booked, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we
yeah, I've
do.
already got one. It's
Okay,
fine.
good. I was about to whip you.
So here we're already up. That was after we used the bob to contest. That was fine. The Hulk comes into the back line, and we don't actually kill the Xenon point.
I have no clue how he lived.
I think it's because if you don't hook as Hog, if you don't hook someone who's on the same level as you, not all the pellets actually hit their head, and that's like the important part. So I think because
Really?
Misty, you can't one shot if you're like slightly above or slightly below, and I think that's the problem because Misty hooked on top of payload. So the Zen, when he was pulled up, his hitbox was slightly lower than usual, so all the pellets don't actually hit like his body and like his head.
I think you can. I think it's just you need to aim it downwards.
Yeah, you have to aim it
like
down.
You need to anticipate the drop. But yeah, that's unfortunate. Did you use your rest before when you missed the dive?
I
Because you were
don't.
feeling back. I think you could get the rest off just to keep stalling.
I'm not sure if I did.
Just feed him to them again.
Yeah.
It's not your stats.
Yeah, that could have swung things, I guess, because you would have been able to still point for a little bit longer. And Jack's, oh no, that's Tommy on the Doomfist. Tommy on the Doomfist is pretty wacky, so I'm not saying
the Jack on the Doomfist when he comes back. That's why I love.
it is wacky. I love it. But yeah, I'm not saying it could have been winnable, but at least there would have been a chance, I guess.
The law says that the hit scan player goes Doom to contest always for some reason.
Maybe because they think they're good projectile.
Yeah.
All hit scan players go Doomfist to contest for some reason. And I don't know why.
It's
funny.
like all main tank play. It's like
Nah,
all main
unless you
player
get
think they're
that-
good Genjis.
Unless you get that one Widow player who just religiously plays Widow
Tommy's
and will not
Doomfist is
swap.
good.
Doom
Okay,
has that one shot potential. To bring
Misty
it
can't
down.
make it for the first two maps, so I
So
guess
does
you've got
the
the
Widow.
legendary Jam main tank. Lucky you.
Jam, main tank.
I think you just go Tracer Doom to contest. Wait, isn't Jack your hit scan?
Yeah.
He is.
Okay, wait, I'm just dumb.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Probably.
Can't talk to him like that.
No, Misty, you almost got it. Oh, that's upsetting. He tries to go for the hook into the thing, but he actually pulls him onto the platform.
Yeah, I feel like Myth is feeding a lot on the hog, which is also why I want to see you guys do dive.
Yeah. I feel like
it's not feeding if he doesn't die.
I think he needs more
Oh, he died.
practice on
He just
the.
dies every time.
No.
Okay, wait, never mind. I need to. I think I have scrims with another tank. Okay, I can find us a main tank. It's fine. Well, so I think we'll
Wait.
leave it there for now.
Missy doesn't come?
Misty said he can't make it for the first two maps because apparently
Just
there's
put me in
traffic.
the main tank, lol.
Oh,
Already,
big,
coach,
let's
put me
go.
in.
This the main tank? Oh my god.
Okay, wait.
Maybe
Yeah, I'm
repeating.
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go
That's
into
scary.
my team voice call, but I'm gonna quickly find us a main tank. So
Can we just scream against your team, Jay?
We'll shit on
That's a
them.
great idea.
Elbow in,
Yes,
lol.
sir. True.
We'll pull out the
You can
King's Road
like try.
comp and
You can
fuck.
try. Let's